Alright guys, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. So I'm going to do a quick breakdown. We got the Masters this week, it's a major, and so the lineup that we already have built in the cash lineup is a pretty good one, and we'll go over how we developed that. So the key stats we're looking at this week: par 5 scoring, scrambling, greens and regulation, total driving, and ball striking. We also going to be looking at current form. So some of the players in some good current form are Rory, DJ, Tommy Fleetwood, Hideki, Matt Kuchar, Charles Howell, and Kevin Kisner. We're also going to be looking at course history. Rory has some good course history. DJ does. Justin Rose does. Hideki, Paul Casey, Matt Kuchar, and Jordan Spieth all have some really good course history. So give you a little bit of the overview of today's video. So I am doing this on Friday, so I don't know the results of the Valero Texas Open. Might change the player pool a little bit, but I'm going to go over the player pool. Then I'm going to give you guys the core 4, and I'll have all that time stamped in the video in the comments section below. Alright, so let's get started off with the high tier here. Now, on the high tier here, there's really not any bad plays. This is a major, and all these guys are kind of priced appropriately. So from Rory on down to Paul Casey, there's not really going to be a bad play. So if you find someone that you want to play more, you can go with that. But I really like Rory. He's one of the best stat fits in the field. He has some of the best course history. He has 4 straight top 10 finishes here, and you just look at what he's done on tour. In his last 6 starts, they've all been top 10 finishes. Dustin Johnson's also going to be a phenomenal option. He too, his lowest finish, he's had 3 straight top 10 finishes here. He has 7 top 10 finishes on the year. He's also one of the better stat fits. Justin Rose, he had his lowest finish in the last 4 years here is a T12. He's a great ball striker, typically a great total driver. He doesn't really make mistakes. He has been playing better recently, so I do really like him. He might be a little bit lower owned. Tiger Woods has made the cut each of the last 2 times he's played this course. Now he had that 2-year gap in there where he didn't play this course. He is one of the better stat fits as well. Top 15 in total driving and ball striking, which are stats we're looking at. He's typically known for being a really good scrambler as well. Tommy Fleetwood has been playing some really good golf recently, and he's one of the better golfers in current form. He did have a T17 here last year. He played it the year before that and had a missed cut, but he was kind of getting acquainted to the course. I do like to look at course history a lot at this tournament. So Paul Casey is going to be a really strong option for us as well. Let me pull up his stats here real quick. So Paul Casey, his lowest finish in the last 4 years has been T15. He's just a phenomenal ball striker and total driver, both top 10 in that. He's top 10 in greens and regulation and strokes gain or par 5 scoring, so he's going to be a great option for us again this week. Hideki's going to be a strong option for us. His lowest finish in the last 4 years is 19th. He also snuck in a little bit of a nice finish there where he finished 5th and 7th in 2016 and 2015. He's one of the better stat fits in this field. Now Tony Finau, he did have a T10 finish here last year. He is a decent stat fit as well. I like him because of his good current form. Now, I did make this video before the Valero Texas Open. As I'm making this right now, he's +1, so we'll see how he kind of finishes. We'll see if we're going to have to ride with him or not. Louis Oosthuizen, he's going to make for a great GPP option, I think. He is priced up a little bit more than I would like, but you just look at his good current form. He did well at the WGC. Then his last 2 events before that, he's playing really well. He typically plays well in these tougher tournament field events. He hasn't missed a cut here in the last 4 years, and he has 3 top 20 finishes, 3 out of 4 starts here. Matt Kuchar is going to be another strong option for us as well. He hasn't missed a cut here in the last 4 years at this course. He's playing some really good golf as well. He is a top 5 stat fit this week for me, so I think Kuchar is going to make for a great option. We do worry about a little bit of a burnout with him. Before the WGC, he played events, played 7 days at the WGC. Then he plays the Valero this week, so we do worry about that a little bit. Henrik Stenson's going to be a great GPP option as well. I think his game is finally coming around, and where people might not notice that, he played well at the WGC, he played well at the Valspar, and he is a guy that typically plays well at this type of course. He's made 3 out of 4 cuts at this course. Ian Poulter's going to be another great option for us as well. Poulter's just been playing some good golf, made 10 out of 10 cuts so far this year. He has made 3 cuts here in 3 starts, so obviously has that good course history as well. I think he's going to be a strong option that low. Gary Woodland, he hasn't made a cut here in his 3 starts. I do worry about that, but he also is a top 10 or top 5 stat fit this week. Maybe just a 1 lineup GPP play. That course history really does worry me. Webb Simpson. Now, when you think about the Masters and kind of players that do well at this course, I kind of think of someone like Webb Simpson. He has made 3 out of 4 cuts at this course. He's typically a really good putter, ball striker, total driver. He doesn't really make mistakes, and that's kind of why he does well at this type of course. So I do see him making the cut. It's just whether or not he can go up there and make a top 10. I don't really see that happening. Keegan Bradley's going to be another good option for us this week. So Keegan, he hasn't played the course in the last 2 years, but the 2 years before that, he made the cut. He has a good stat fit as well. He is top 15 in ball striking and total driving. Keegan's just been a guy that played this whole year, and it's a major. He should be a little bit lower owned. I don't mind Keegan as an option. Charles Howell, I would really like him if he had course history. He doesn't, but he's still a top 5 stat fit according to my model this week. He's typically a cut maker, and so you pile that together, he makes for a great GPP option. I'm not sure I can play him in cash without that course history, but he does make for a great option, especially at that price point. But I think that's why he's priced that low, is because he doesn't have that course history. So for value options, there isn't much, but I definitely do like Kevin Kisner. He's coming off that victory at the WGC. He might be a little bit popular option, but maybe that's going to be out of people's brains because it was 2 weeks ago rather than last week. But he's been a top 30 machine pretty much this whole year. 9 out of 10 cuts, and he hasn't missed a cut here at this course. He is a top 20 stat fit according to my model as well, so he's going to be a strong value option for us this week. Then after that, you could roll with someone like Emiliano Grillo, who we know is a great total driver, a great ball striker. He's top 10 in both of those. His game's finally come around. He's made 10 out of 11 starts, and he hasn't missed a cut here. He's only had 2 starts at this course, but he made the cut in both of those. His most recent one was a T51 finish, so that's not great, but he's definitely a guy that can go out and pop at a course like this. So now I'm going to give you guys a GPP lineup. As always, the cash lineup is available right now on the Patreon page, so look for that. The link is in the description below. So I think rolling with Rory and Paul Casey, I really like those plays. Then Louis Oosthuizen, like I said, I think he's going to be a great GPP option. I could really see him going out there and just popping, having a top 10 finish. Kevin Kisner, he's going to be a popular option, I think. Like I said, I like Charles Howell, going to be a great GPP option for us this week. And then Henrik Stenson, I do think his game is going to come around. Makes for a great GPP option. All right, guys, let's get into the core 4 for you guys this week. It's a little bit different format. Let me know how you guys like this. Maybe I'll do a little bit more often. All right, starting off with Rory here. So obviously, he's playing some really good golf. His average finish on tour is 6th overall this season, and that's with the T54 mixed in there. So as you guys saw there too, his course history is phenomenal. 4 straight top 10 finishes at this course. He's a top 10 stat fit according to my model. And when we're looking to pay out for someone, I want to pay up for someone that we're kind of locking in a top 10 finish, especially in a major where that can really matter. And with Rory, it kind of just seems that way. You look at his last 6 starts, they've all been top 10 finishes. His course history is phenomenal. He's a top 10 stat fit. All things are pointing to him having another solid week this week, so I really like rolling with Rory this week. The next option is going to be safe and reliable Paul Casey for me. So his current form is decent. He does that miscut mix in there, but other than that, he had that first in his last tournament, not including the WGC, the T3, and the T25 finish. So as you guys saw there, he has 3 top 10 finishes here and also a T16 in his last time out. He's going to be a really strong option. He has one of the strongest likelihoods to make the cut according to my model, and he's a really good stat fit as well. So Paul Casey at that price point, I really like him as a strong option to make the cut and kind of be an anchor for our lineups this week. Another anchor for the lineups I think is going to be Hideki Matsuyama. Now people don't typically like to play him, but at his price point this week, I think that they will. His average finish on tour so far has been 20th. As you guys saw there, he is a top 15 stat fit for me this week. His lowest finish here in the last 4 years is T19. He's playing some really good golf this year as well. So I think Hideki at this price point, we can kind of just project him for a top 25 finish. Now, he might not exactly pull off that salary, but if we were locking in a made cut and a top 25 finish at his price point, I really don't mind that as an option this week. The last of the options is going to be Matt Kuchar. Now, I did touch on this a little bit. We do worry about the burnout. So, before the WGC, he had played in an event. Then the WGC, he played 7 days of golf in a row. And now he's playing the Valero Texas Open. It's looking like he's going to make the cut. I don't know that for sure right now because I am recording this on Friday. But that is our biggest worry with him. A little bit of a burnout factor. but his price is also kind of priced in there accordingly, because typically I don't like to target golfers on their 4 straight event, but Matt Kuchar's has been playing some really good golf recently. He had that second finish at the WGC. He's a top 5 stat fit for me this week. You know, I don't give him the best projected finish, T35, but still, I could easily see him top 10. So he's going to be a good, strong option for us this week. Might not be a cash option. I do have him in my cash lineup right now, but he might not be a cash option because we do worry about that burnout. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give me a like and subscribe if you did. The cash lineup is available on the Patreon page. Just look for that in the description and the link below. All right, thanks, guys.